Hey, what's happening? This is Tom, NerdRemix.com. I got a movie for you today, quickly becoming a franchise. The continuing story of Victor Crowley, Hatchet 3, yes, from Adam Green. It opens right where Part 2 left off. A lot of people bag on the Hatchet films, but what the Hatchet films provide is what every sequel that you think is high art from Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th that people regard as just masterpieces now that are actually, just mindless excuses to see the titular character hack up people. Hatchet does it in spades, and they do not apologize. That's one thing I love about this series. It absolutely refuses to take itself seriously, and it doesn't care who knows. So anyway, it opens with right where Part 2 left off, and you got Mary Beth McMullen in the woods, in the swamp by herself, played by the amazing Danielle Harris, who I have more and more respect for each time I see her. There's a great fire hose delousing scene when she gets booked in jail, and you got to see it to believe it. I love her. Anyway, you get to see a lot of genre favorites that Adam Green is kind of, cool for putting in. You got Caroline Williams, yes, from The Stepfather 2 and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, playing Amanda, who is the ex-wife of the sheriff, who is played by Zach Galligan from Gremlins, yes. He's all grown up, and he's the sheriff of a small Louisiana parish, which is cool. And like I said, the returning Danielle Harris, giggity goo, as Mary Beth McMullen, who has one of the best lines of a horror film that I have seen in recent memory. She tells a cop to go fist his own ass, which is excellent. Danielle, I love you even more for that. Anyway, you got Andrew, played by Perry Shen, who's been in the, he's no stranger to the Saw franchise. Now, you also have a small role by Sid Haig in this. Always love Sid. He's an excellent dude. And for all you horror nerds out there, listen up. You get this in this movie, maybe not as direct as you want it, but you have Victor Crowley, who's played by Kane Hodder, who is the most beloved Jason Voorhees of all the Friday the 13th Jason Voorhees, and he actually goes up against Derek Mears, who played Jason in the Friday the 13th remake. So for all you horror nerds out there, in this movie, you kind of sort of get Jason versus Jason, new Jason versus old Jason. So, I'm sure if you've watched this movie before or this series before, you can tell how that's going to turn out. Now, like I said, this movie is basically just an excuse to get a bunch of people into the swamp so Victor Crowley can hack his fucking way through them. And man, he does that in more and more inventing ways. Now, like I said earlier, this is the best part of this series. It absolutely refuses to take itself serious. You get absurd arterial spray, whacked out kills, and just fun stuff that defies anatomy, physics, and everything else. And if you're a fan of slasher movies and just want to sit and have a fucking couple beers and a big bowl of popcorn and watch a movie and say, wow, that was cool, that was awesome, and sit there with a smile on your face the whole time, I did. Hatchet 3 delivers. Now, a lot can be said. The movie doesn't promise high art. It's not Suspiria. It's not Blood and Black Lace. It's not a Kubrick film. It's not The Shining or something like that. But it's cool, friendly, violent fun, if I may paraphrase 80s thrash band Exodus. Anyway, check out Hatchet 3. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I give it a firm 8.5 out of 10. It brings a lot of my genre favorites back. It's a horror nerd's wet dream. And like I said, Jason versus Jason in a roundabout way. You'll love it. It contains the amazing Danielle Harris. I'll watch anything she's in. And like I said, 8.5 out of 10. I'm Tom, support independent cinema. Thanks.